Welcome back to Bourbon Country Reacts.
Quiet on the set.
Oh my God, dude. Now the cat's yelling back. That's awesome.
All right, so welcome back.
Occasionally we argue with the cats around the set.
Bourbon Country Cats React.
Right.
Anyway, I'm Dustin.
I'm just some dude.
You're some dude named Keith. I'm the bourbon guy. You're the music guy. We've been over that. This is a bribe from Steven. Steven had got us a bottle of Horse Soldier, and this is the barrel strength.
We like Horse Soldier.
We do like Horse Soldier for several reasons.
Yeah, so, one, it's good bourbon.
True.
Two, we met the commander of ODA 595 and have signed bottles.
True.
For those of you who don't know what ODA 595 is, it's Operational Detachment Alpha. So basically an A-team. Special Forces.
Did you say 18?
A-team.
Like dun 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 dun, or how does the song go?
I don't even remember, but yes.
Like I Pity the Fool?
Yes.
Oh.
Man, I don't know how many people have seen the pilot to the A-team.
Yeah. What's his name? Shit, I forget his name.
Well,
You're talking about the pilot of the actual show.
The pilot for the show.
Yeah.
The way that show was clearly going to go was that they were literally going to do the kinds of things that an A-team really did. And clearly Hollywood got a hold of the scripts after the pilot, and they turned it into that thing.
I need to watch the pilot. I think I have seen it, but it's been a long minute.
If you look at the way that pilot, they really were going to, like, Dustin occasionally has issues with these.
So there's some quality control issues. This is perforated.
And it's not ripping down the perforation.
Yeah.
So,
see?
We met the commander of ODA 595. Now, what's the name of the freaking movie? 12 Strong?
Yeah.
If you have not seen 12 Strong, I highly recommend that you go see it.
Highly.
Because it's about ODA 595 and how they basically conquered some of the most rural and rugged areas of Afghanistan on horseback.
On horseback in the 20th century.
Yeah. I also learned that 595 was not the only detachment doing that thing. I was actually at a range several years ago and was alternating between shooting an AR and an AK. And a guy was there with a friend of mine that I've known since like third grade. And he looks over and he says, "Yeah, weirdest thing, man." I said, "What?" He said, "That AK, you can fire it between a horse's ears and it won't even break its stride. You fire that AR and that horse will lose its freaking mind." And I went, I know enough about what you just said to know I am not asking any more questions. And I said, "Cool." And I returned to my firing position and started shooting again.
And thinking to yourself, holy fuck, holy fuck, holy fuck.
Oh, I knew exactly what he was. I knew, and I knew that I was not going to ask any more questions.
Right.
You don't.
You don't.
But anyway, so
Looking over that.
This distillery is basically a tribute to all those guys that were running around Afghanistan fighting on horseback.
Right.
And few people really even know that was happening.
Yeah.
And they literally took huge swaths of territory
On horseback.
I don't think it's any damn coincidence
That Stephen paired
that
this.
Stephen requested Horse Soldier with a song called Ballad of the Green Berets.
I mean, kind of fits.
Right?
A little bit.
I feel like I have heard this song
Okay. I don't
at
know that
some point. But I'll be damned if I can remember anything about it. It may kind of come back to me as we go, but I'm pretty sure I've heard this. It would have been decades
Who are
ago.
bigger badasses, SEALs or Green Berets?
You can't really compare between the community.
Yeah.
Like, they have some reputations for what they're good at and best at, the individual branches. But in terms of who's a badass, yeah, man, they're all badasses.
They're special forces.
Yeah. So anyway, let's check out the song.
Fighting soldiers from the sky, fearless men who jump and die, men who mean just what they say, the brave men of the Green Beret, silver wings upon their chest. These are men, America's best. 100 men will test today, but only 3 in the Green Beret.
Is that true?
Trained to live off
Not
nature's
anymore.
land. Trained in combat, hand to hand. Men who fight by night and day. Courage take from the Green Beret. Silver wings upon their chests. These are men, America's best. 100 men
It's on TV Land.
will test today, but only 3 in the Green Beret. Back at home, a young wife waits. Her Green Beret has met his fate. He has died for those oppressed, leaving her this last request. Put silver wings on my son's chest. Make him one of America's best. He'll be a man, he'll test one day. Have him win the Green Beret.
What do you say?
Cool song, man.
Yeah.
I mean, a nice tribute to some serious badasses.
I've got this may sound like a dumb question, but maybe I'll educate some folks out there too, because you're going to educate me. So the Green Berets are Army.
Army Special Forces. Yes, the groups, the Special Forces groups.
So Rangers are also Army,
Yes, they are.
but they're not the same.
They are not. They're kind of like the Army's version of Marines. So
What?
I'll have to explain that. First, I have to back up and explain what Green Berets are.
Okay.
Generally, traditionally, their role is to be operators. Now, people these days think that operators are assault men. They're driving through, they're kicking doors, they're clearing guys out of caves, whatever. And yes, they absolutely do that stuff.
Right, but it's more about
Their traditional role is operator, meaning 12 of these guys show up in some country in the middle of nowhere and start organizing political dissent
right.
and start organizing militias and training them how to fight whatever side
Aren't
is a
operators
problem.
generally more strategic?
Very tactical, but they are recruiting people, teaching them to fight, teaching them they're force multipliers and they're disruptors,
Ah, okay.
right?
Yeah.
So they can go into a country that's very stable, and with the help of the people from Langley, get in there and start training dissidents,
Got you.
right?
Started a kind of an internal uprising type thing.
Or if there's
Rebellion.
already a conflict, you can drop 12 Army Special Forces guys in, and they'll build you an army of 400.
Right.
And they'll teach them to shoot, blow things up, do all those things.
Right.
Right. So Rangers are more like Marines in that They're the guys that get called when it is time to fuck shit up.
If you need to break it, lose it, or impregnate it,
That's Marines.
right?
Probably Rangers too. I never worked directly with them, but they tend to be the Army's quick reaction force.
They're also considered special forces.
I don't know.
Okay.
I consider them special forces. That Ranger tab is not something easily earned.
But so in the levels of misery.
So all your special ops guys have doctorate degrees in misery.
So what does the Green Beret have?
He's got a doctorate in misery.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just a different kind of doctorate.
Yeah. Oh,
You're an anesthesiologist, and I'm.
Yeah, kind of, right? Okay. So your MARSOC guys tend to be, again, traditionally, when you need to go in and surgically remove everything from the planet.
Right.
You send it in the mark because they break stuff. Yeah, they just destroy. But the reality is now, what happens is for various missions, they'll say, we need these guys from the SEAL teams, we need these dudes from group, we need these dudes from MARSOC, and by the way, we need a couple of parajumpers. So let's spin up an op.
Yeah. Call the hotel.
Yeah. Wow.
You're welcome, Caleb.
Call the hotel. A lot of people don't know that Air Force parajumpers have the highest selection washout of special forces. Like it's really. I don't know if it's that it's really hard or that the Air Force tends to recruit some kind of soft
That's
folks.
not nice. That was impolite. I saw where you were going. I was like, ah, shit. He's gonna say that, isn't he? Yeah. God damn it, Keith.
I got a bunch of friends in the Air Force who, if they're watching this, I'm going to get a phone call.
You should get a phone call.
It's going to be awesome.
So, horse soldiers were also Army,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So, it fits a lot. Good job, Steven.
Yeah, all of this was very much paired up for a reason. Yeah. So what are you getting in this drink, man?
Delicious.
Oh, it's very good.
What's funny about it is, I took my first sip, and I went, well, that's hot. And then I went, oh yeah, it's barrel proof. But then as you drink it a little bit more, it's not as hot. Because it's barrel proof.
I think this has a much different flavor profile than the last bottle of Horse Soldier barrel proof I had.
I don't disagree.
The last one I actually tasted a little bit of bad water in.
I don't get that in this one at all.
Zero.
No.
I think they've changed something up.
Well, so some people have a problem with this. Most Horse Soldier is sourced.
Okay. I have no problem with that.
Right, because it's good. And we'll see, this one may tell me, handmade and bottled by American Freedom Distillery in Columbus, Ohio.
Okay.
So,
I think they initially were distilling in Florida.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah.
So that's why Ohio has a lot of lime deposits like Kentucky and Indiana.
Right.
So that's probably why we've got a better flavor now.
I can't argue with that. I like that they forge their bottles.
That is cool.
Right? So their bottles are like, they say they're forged. And like this metal thing is like forged in the bottle.
That's cool.
So it's pretty sweet.
Yeah. Flavor profile wise, it's really quite complex, really.
Tell them what you get.
Cinnamon, lime citrus up front. The mid stays cinnamon.
Yep. And
the
goes oaky.
finish is where things start to get really complex. So it's got some oak in it.
Yep.
You can actually taste a little bit of corn sweetness.
Slight.
There's still cinnamon there.
Yep.
But the longer you sit after the finish, the more that cinnamon rolls in and the oak rolls out. That's what I'm getting out of it.
I almost get More char is what I feel like I'm tasting.
So I'm not sure what char tastes like. So I'm not sure
It tastes kind of charry.
You mean like licking a charcoal briquette?
Have you ever done it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
When?
I was just curious one day.
What it tastes like?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
I don't believe you.
It was 100% texture, 0 taste. If you don't believe me, go lick a freaking briquette.
I feel like this is a trick. He's like, now you get the black tongue.
Well, I'd probably do that anyway, but
Right.
it wouldn't nullify my point.
What proof you have this at?
About 115 is what I'm going to guess.
So you think it's pretty smooth?
Oh, is it hotter than that?
Mm-hmm.
By a lot?
121.4.
So I was off by 6. That's not far.
It's 60.7% ABV. So
Yeah, I wasn't too far off.
you weren't too far, but once you get over that, like, 120, it usually starts to heat up,
Really heat up.
like, with a quickness.
The difference between 120 and 123 is often quite stark.
True.
Yeah.
True.
So, but
Steven, thank you.
yep. Great choice of great pairing. This is a great pairing
Agreed.
of drink and song.
Yeah, sorry we didn't make you laugh.
I mean, it's a pretty serious subject matter, the song, though, you know?
And the
Actually,
bourbon.
the bourbon, too. Yeah, it's pretty serious stuff, so we probably shouldn't have made you laugh. But, hey, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give us a like. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Drop down in the comments. Tell us what country music songs we need to check out. Tell us what North American whiskeys and bourbons we need to try. We'll see you next time.
See you.